Hello there. It's time for rise, grand rising, and shine. Is this what people say these days? Welcome. There's a few things I'd like to discuss today. Talk about magic, time dilation, realms, metaphysics, codes, craft. Um, I wish I could have made the title a little longer, but chaos. Oh, look at that. It's all sorts of funny things. I slept well last night. Imagine that. I haven't slept in a long time. Slept very well last night. A lot of cool dreams. Well, I don't know. They were just. I think they were. I think I had a couple that were subconscious. A couple that may have been. I don't think could have been in the astral. I couldn't tell if they were just in here if I'd projected somewhere because I wasn't extremely lucid. But nonetheless, those dreams and those ideas have symbolism, deep psychology. I mean, if you don't, if you think dreams don't matter, then okay, sure. Okay. When some of the most acclaimed psychologists that have ever lived on this in this realm have written books that are used to interpret dreams. I don't remember if you've any. I don't know if I don't remember. I don't know. Well, shit, I don't remember either. If you've ever read any of these, or have any clue as to decoding and unveiling your dreams to understand things. Who was the great ones? Was Rasputin one of them? The old Rasputin? Or might be the young Rasputin, huh? Or I don't know. If you have so many codes that are going on running, if you're a computer program, it's like the Matrix. You're looking at the codes that are running. They're all around you at all times. So it's chaotic to people. And this is the idea of order out of chaos. These people are so scared of that. Or people that are part of the Kraft. What do you think the dude's name is? Kraft with the K. Macaroni. The Kraft macaroni. Do you think that name was just so happens? No. He's an order of a certain kind of an order. They're in the order. You see, because they're ordering the chaotic universe, and the chaotic universe means that there's just here. What are you going to do with this? And they just, well, let's put this in the order that we want it. They're not as much as people say they cause. There are people that do cause chaos, and weirdness and friction and craziness to happen, and then they'll offer you a solution, problem, reaction, solution. We all know this. But the general idea is that the universe has a bunch of, it just has code that's just random, and you just got to go put it into order, and you create something. When you build a house, you're taking all these random aspects of nature, and then you design them in a way that is orderly. That's all the idea is. It's not so. People like the word evil. You don't even know what the word evil means. The people that are so holy and so good, they always say evil. That's well, if evil doesn't exist, then you're not good anymore, are you? They adore people that claim to be good usually are the most evil ones because they adore the fact that there is evil, because so they can stand there and go, I'm righteous, I'm good. Righteous indignation. It's a good word. Indignation. Can you spell that? Spell crafting. So I wake up this morning. Did I wake up this morning, or did I rise? Grand rising, because the whole story of the wake up this morning, and I went to my job, if you understand what a job is, on a moon day of the week. It was a week, and I was waiting for the weekend. It's code that all, obviously. It's even coding the language that simple. You could just talk about what you just got out of bed. Did you get, there's coding within wake up. You go to a wake, your funeral, mourning. That's what you do. So is this world death? You can code it that way. I don't know. Somebody goes, grand rising. Does that mean that the sun rising? Does the sun actually rise? Are you sure? I mean, the sun does. I will give you. The sun does go up. It's like if you look at a merry-go-round, it does go up and down to a degree, and it goes around, and in and out. So it has three 3 points. Has 3 variations of going this way, going that way, going this way. All right. Vortices. So upon you get up and do a little hello, good day. How y'all doing? Oh, you can't say die. Day is die. It means to split. Can't say die. Can't say day. Split. Die. Bye. Bye. Don't say bye because it means to divide. Can't say die or bye. Oh, really getting really confused on what language we're allowed to use here. Isn't the intention behind the spell, or is it what you're saying? Now intention starts to play, and tonality starts to play a game into coding. On a computer, on a 2-dimensional surface, then it's just what's coded there. It's like you ever try to say something. What's up, David Mannion? You ever try to say something into a text, and the person doesn't know you and your kind of humor? So to one person, they'll be like, "This motherfucker said this," and then another person will be like, "Oh, that's so funny." Another person will be like, "I don't know." And if you were to say it in person, most of the time people all will get it. Some people won't because they maybe don't understand dry humor, or they don't understand types of whatever. But on a text, it's very, very, or on a computer, it's very flat. It's very superficial coding. Reality has some of that, but it also has, you can explain within a text that you mean something by putting it in italics, or putting quotes, or putting parentheses, or putting, like, so that in coding says something else. So you say, oh, that means that instead. It's a mathematical coding that is using something that's so, it's very linear code and very 2-dimensional. And they kind of try to lift it off the page. It works to a degree. But in reality out here, we have all of these, like, whoa, it's everywhere. So we can play with the spell casting quite differently. So as I observed one of my old videos that I left up about blood over intent. Azu. What's up, Robert? From like 3 years ago. And so I took most of them down because of all of these people playing with magic well out of their realm of practice. That I got some long. I guess I left a few of them up because I got an onslaught of people because I was trying to tell them about magic and about why they shouldn't do, they shouldn't cut themselves and bleed on a piece of paper because they don't know what they're doing. I didn't say never do it. I said if you don't even know the principles initially of magic, you shouldn't. That's literally giving people keys to a car, a 6-speed that goes 200 miles an hour, stick shift, airplane, jet, like whatever, and they don't even know how to ride a bike, and they're blind. That's a good idea? No, that's not a good idea. So I made these videos. I made a bunch of them. Just like you have to understand what the structure of the alphabet is before you're even playing with it, and you don't know, and you're trying to speak in like Bantu, trying to speak in Urdu, trying to speak in Tamil. You're trying to speak in Hebrew. You can't even speak English properly. You don't even know the baseline. You have no idea. So I made these videos about this, and everyone that did this just shit all over my videos, just downvote. I was like, didn't you want to bring heaven to earth, y'all? Anyways, I get this big long. How dare I speak? How dare I speak? I have no business speaking about this because I've never done it. I was like, huh? So my response was, since this big long thing, I was like, I didn't even read the whole thing because I was like, ugh, this is a cheese dick, a fucking somebody that sticks their chode into a can of cheese whiz and gets in the fucking. I mean, oh man, and then it has like sheep. No, how dare I even use sheep in this example here? Have fucking raccoons lick cheese whiz off their testicles. And come tell me I don't know anything about magic. Well, this type. I was like, are you sure I don't? I was like, because I do have a video that explains about all of the different fluids that you can use in the body to do magic. I was like, so you're sure that I haven't done any of this? I was like, you don't know, and in fact, you're probably wrong. So maybe I just didn't use it for what you used it for. And then I finalized it with, you don't know anything about me. I have 2,000 videos out plus, and teaching about all sorts of shit. And you're going to comment on this? You don't know what I've done. And just to, because this was 3 years ago. I was like, how's that? Oh, and this is somebody else. Okay, so this, he was like, dude, you have no idea. I was like, and I go and I find another one from 3 years ago. So I was like, oh, let me go look at this video. I wonder what I said in this video to upset people so much. Which one did I leave up? And it was just decoding mathematics. I was using gematria and something else to decode a few things, and it had to do with blood magic. And somebody said, yeah, well, if you don't want heaven on earth, then you don't have to do it. We need 144,000. So I texted back. I was like, hey, it's 3 years later. How's that heaven going for you? How's that Ronan doing? How's that complete utter chaos in the universe happening? How's that? How's the is that working for you? Did you get is heaven here already? Because I'm looking around like, damn, the economy's collapsing. People are going crazy. There's more zombies than ever. I was like, because I didn't do that. Are you sure you guys didn't? Or are you just going to say that your magic didn't work? Or did your magic actually cause some utter chaos that now real deal, like high level priestcraft have to come in and fix your fucking idiotic behavior because you don't know? Because what I was dealing with at the time, it was very funny. That I was like, all of their things, they would bleed on paper, put it on the internet, blah blah blah, and write their thing, the blood oath, right on the internet. They didn't even know what their blood oath thing too. They had no idea. And they said, I want heaven on earth. Everyone's a brother and sister. I love you all. Blah blah blah. And then all they did was come to my channel and shit all over my channel. I was like, that doesn't seem very loving. I was like, this is the kind of people I want to run with? No, because if that's how you treat people, I don't want anything to do with it. So why would I do that? Why would I take some blood oath? Because I don't know anything about magic, right? Oh, okay, sure, right on. Okay, you're right. Sounds like, so I had dozens of videos about this. This is the beginning of my channel. This is just when I'm trying to teach people about magic and saying, don't do that yet. And people were very aggressive at me, so I took all those videos down. I just put them on lock and key. I'll show anybody that wants to see them. I don't care. It's very funny. I was like, I got nothing against anyone that's done it. I have nothing against anyone. I hold no claims against anyone, and therefore they cannot hold claims against me. It's pretty simple. I don't hate anybody. I love everybody. I don't like people. You're allowed to not like people. That's part of life. But a lot of people were just telling me what a rat ass bastard I was, and what a piece of shit I was, and how stupid I was, and I don't know, and here they're gonna bring, where is this? Because they're like, oh, you need to repent and all this. I got the Jesus ones. I got these ones. I was like, Jesus said, right? Didn't Jesus or God say? Didn't your God thing say, I don't come to bring peace, but I come to bring war? Didn't he say something like that? I'm pretty sure he did. And didn't he ask for a bunch of was it penis foreskins from the Philistines? Wasn't that in Samuel? Go read Samuel. Wasn't the other one he said? I mean, do I have to quote the whole book for you? Should I do it for you? And then somebody called me a Satanist, which is hilarious, because obviously they don't know what Satan is. And funny enough, the person that they originally was the head of the thing, like getting everybody to do it, he changed his screen name to Saturn. Satan, Saturn. Seems like they might have something to do with each other, which I have no problem with at all. You know, it's just the earlier time lord. You know. Well, what's that say? It says time and emit, to emit time. Anyways, so that was my breakfast, and I wanted to get into coding about how you can decode things, because this reality is it's completely chaotic. But you order things. You order from the universe, or God, or whatever you think. You pray. Well, I would never pray, because it means to prey upon. What animals do? They pray. Don't pray. Why would you pray to your God? That's weird. I mean, you might ask for something. Asking to be as the king. I mean, just asking. You don't prey upon something. That's creepy. That's weird. That's stalky. Not delightful for anyone. You could ask for something, and you might get it. You probably will, as long as you really want that, because they like to check in with you often. And if there's a they, or your mind, or higher God, or source, or higher self, or whatever you want to call it, universe, it's all the same thing. The grand, great, the one of all things. But they checks in with you and goes, "Is that what you want? Are you sure? Okay, I'm organizing it. Keep asking you. I'm organizing it. I got it for you." You can watch these people. They give you that universal law, the key, the secret code. The secret code that please the Lord to lower down the energy to this realm. The secret. Yeah, remember that? It was a big thing. Yeah. Why doesn't it work for people? Works for some people, not others. It's because you keep checking in with yourself. Is that what you want? And as soon as you get sometimes you're like, nah, I don't want that. And you're like, okay, cool. What's next? And you're like, damn it, I do want that. Well, now I got to start from the beginning again. You said you didn't want it, so I gave it to somebody else. Damn it. People did check in. Do you want that? That's part of sigil magic. It's part of using higher level magics too. But for sake of understanding the code that you're looking at, if you want to decode the matrix, there's lots of ways to do it, and it's constantly morphing, which is why you can't always be right. Even if you got all the codes right, it's like I tried to explain it like this the other day to someone. If I'm playing basketball and the person I'm playing basketball against is really good, and I know they're about to go right, and I step to my left, which would be their right, because I know that I've blocked their code. And the way that you block the code in the universe, for the most part, is to either you anti the code, you block the code, or you make enough people aware of that code that code can't exist. But so their code is, because they have a lot of options, they immediately go, oh, I'm going left now. So they cross over to the other side. And you better step there before they get there. So you're coding back and forth. It's a chess game. But it's from another dimension. It's like, some people call it like seventh dimension chess. I don't know, seventh dimension, might be ninth dimension. Whatever. But that's the way the coding works. So if only a few people understand the code, and they're doing large ritualistic work, and say where planetary alignments work, and you call them planets, you call them realms, you call them, whatever they are. It's energy, nonetheless. And there's certain days that we can see that if the sun is out, that it's warm, and there's a lot of light. And if it's not, so there's energy there. And when the moon is full, there's a different type of energy, craziness, looniness. There's more pulling of energy out of things, good and bad. And when the sun is out, it's beaming light, good or bad. Some people don't like the sun. Sometimes they hate the sun. Okay? So it's just a type of energy. And each one of those systems in the sky, those are also pushing out energy. So people that don't believe in astronomy, I do believe in astronomy. Oh, so astrology you don't believe in? No, that's just stupid. Okay, so you believe in the sun, right? Yeah. You believe that you live on the earth? Yes. You believe in the moon? Certainly, I can see it. So you see all those things? Yeah, but those, I just don't want to study those. So you can study the effects of sun. You can study the effects of moon. You can study what the earth is doing. But those don't have anything? They don't have any say in it? You'd be very wrong. Why do you think the ancients studied? Originally it was 7, and then they went to 9. So it was about the 7, the code of the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, and the A through G on the piano, and the 7 entry points, 2, 4, 6, 7 into the house. But then they realized there was 2 more. It's the ones that are called black and white, or the pee hole and the bee hole, the pooper and the pisser. Those are the 2. This is why even in golf there's 9 holes. See, there's coding everywhere, so you can decode things, right? By understanding that on the news media, they're telling you codes of the future. And it's if you can figure it out, congrats. So some of these things have to do with major events, and some of them are just things that they can change code at sometimes. And this is the point. They could have 6 different options. You ever play football as a kid? And you have an option. You could be running a play call. You could be in a play call and you'd be like, oh shit, we need to run an option because this linebacker went over here. So you flip it, right, and then you call a different play. So now you've used one of the options. Okay, now you could have actually called the play to be a halfback option, which means you take 2 steps back, and you have a choice of handing it off as you're looking at the line. Which way did they shift, or pulling it back, and the option is to throw the ball, or it could be another type of halfback option, depending on where you played, what they would call it. You would give it to the quarterback, or to the halfback, and he'd have the option of throwing it or running it. If there's something open, throw it. If not, run. So there's lots of ways that the options are played within this realm of magic. It looks chaotic, but there are people that are master craftsmen. The craft that they're playing with is coded. So if I look at some news articles, and I look at the astrology, and I look at people's names, and I look at their birth dates, and I look at, I can see what the larger people like. I could see what the professionals might do. They profess, they're pros, what they might do, what move they might make. So their move that they might make, there's major coding that there's like, we're going to do these things, and you can't stop these. These ones are like unstoppable. There's only a couple ways of stopping them. But that would include the entire world understanding that we're playing a giant game of chess on a computer system, and we're living in a realm on top of a computer board. What are you talking about, Zen? See, so it's not going to happen. But the other codes, things like, if I told you there was 4 major codes that will happen this month, that you'd be like, whoa. Like, and I'll say this, I'm only copying someone's work. These are just inklings that I had, and I didn't do the legwork on it. But I could give you 4 major codes this month, and then what those mean is just like, you'll see it happen. You go, well, how did you know that? Well, somebody must have told you. Like, well, yeah, kind of, but I had some inkling and did some legwork myself, and did some gematria, and I mean, I couldn't really do the astrology that well. They're masters of astrology, so when they decoded it from the astrological level, they say, see, so Jupiter is is diametrically opposed to Saturn on this day, so it's actually what's going to happen is they know that energy like that. I'm not a professional at that. I teach about astrology and how it functions, but I don't know I've never got that deep in it because I was too busy teaching everybody about 1,000 different other things. Nonetheless, so the code still exists. So there's like, on the world stage, if the whole world is a stage, people jump on and off. There's no real, the ritual sacrifices. It's like this: if you're playing a game of chess, you might sacrifice a bishop for the queen of the other person. They don't see it, so they take the bishop, and you're like, yep, 2 moves later, I'm taking the queen. Oh, damn it. So you sacrifice a bishop. Like, why did you just lose a bishop? That you could have saved that bishop. Oh, you just get to the king. You want to knock the king over. Finish the game. The easiest way to get to the king is just remove the queen from the board. If you remove the queen, the power is all in your favor. So everyone's focus is always on the queen. You could probably find a chessboard out there. The queen's probably got a red dress on, if you understand that analogy. Other people play the game differently. If they just figure if they get enough material off the board, then the thing will fall anyways. If they get rid of all the pawns, that's going to be pretty tough because everything is exposed. But there's different ways of playing chess, different angles of play. So on this larger thing, we're playing on a huge board, and it's a motherboard. Imagine that. And the computer system's running out codes, and people are participating in typing in codes and writing codes and speaking codes, and there's all sorts of things happening. But there's larger things that are occurring through that's how to explain it. Astronomically, there are things that are in, because of what do you call it, the Saturn, the Time Lord, the clock maker, as those gears. Watch all the movies that have gears in it or clocks in it, or there's something that go on with the clock and how they can move and stop the clock and reverse it, and throw something into the gears and try to screw it up. There's lots of this symbology everywhere. But there are major things that are in the clock. It's called the lock to the C. It's a C lock. It's C code. Why do you think computers are in C++? Or a C code, SEA, because there's lots of maritime code. C code. Yeah? You don't think a clock has to do with that? Okay, tell me what you know then. And so I got people telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Sure, okay. Don't believe me then. Tell me all about what you know. Tell me how that's working out. Tell me what's this whole thing that's happening right now? What's the it's called a CV? Oh, is that a C code? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, good rising. Can I say goad? Can I say goat? Can I say God? Rising? I don't know. Oh, here's another question. Do you think just because something's on its way up, it won't necessarily step on your face to get there? You think since something's going down, it's necessarily doesn't want to go down, and it's not like you think things are falling by you and try to grab you so they don't fall. Some people will fall on purpose because they already know the path back up there, so they come back down here. It's called fallen angels. Some of them fell on accident, and some purposely jumped. Like, man, we got to help these people out. And they come back and they're like, okay, let's go. Come on, I know the path. Other demons already been up there, and they're like on the way up, and they ain't trying to hurt you. They're just trying to get up there, right? Consider it. Look at it. It's the mountain. That's the allegory. It's the ladder. That's the allegory. And some of these demons are like, oh, you want to go? Just hop on. Let's go. You can hop on a demon's back. Watch these movies. Little kids jump on a giant bear's back. You know this movie, don't you? It's like Golden Compass. They have demons, literally demons in the movie that are there, and some of them have small little weird animals that they're demons. But yeah, there's demons that are not trying to hurt you, and there's angels that ain't trying to save your ass. It's two different things. So I understand this. It's in you got friends in high places, you got friends in low places. Some people they just want to be up here. They think, okay. Well, if it wasn't for all what's beneath them, they wouldn't be held up there. But they disrespect what's beneath them. People that walk down the street, they're like, oh, look at these fucking homeless people. Oh, you scum of the earth. Oh, you don't deserve anything. Okay. You're going to see the same people on the way up as you do down. When they slip, slide, oh, they're going to get devoured. It's all the people on the top that think they're better than somebody. You see, watch all the movies. Watch somebody slip, and oh, shit. Throw them to the mob. Okay. That's not going to work well for them. So, decoding. That's part of the coding. That's symbolism. We use symbolism to decode. You can use symbolism of your dreams. You can use symbolism out in reality. And there are symbols that we'll watch on movies. And there's coding, literally, and spelling in news media. In everywhere. It's all over the place. So what if what has been decoded for this month of October? What's the movies? Red October? October is what month? You would say it's the 10th. I would say oct means 8. Octagon. 8. 7 is September? September is 9. But sept means 7. Damn. We're screwing you up here, huh? How about December? Deca. Deca means 10. It's 12th month. So September, October, November? Okay, November has to be the 11th month. Nope, it's Nueve. Nov means 9. It's the 9th month. What happened here? Julius and Augustus, July and August. Got stuck in there. Julius and Augustus Caesar. JC, Jesus Christ, JC resonator, and AC. Alternating current, Atlantic City. It's a type of energy. Why would there be 12 months if we have 10 fingers? Why wouldn't we have 10 months? Lots of fun things in here. There, your decoding starts in July. July, August, September, October, November. Jason. July, August, September, October, November. Okay, so it's called Ja's Son. J-A and then S-O-N. July, August, September, October, November. December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Let's see what we can do with this. I'll decode it right here for you. Ja's Son. Let's see. December. DJ. Disc jockey. I'm just playing around here. Let's see. DJ. August. Let's see. June. January. February, March. FM. February, March. DJ. FM. April, May. AM. Frequency modulation and amplitude modulation. You think I'm just making this up? You think this is just... No, you're just really good with letters, so it doesn't mean that. Ja. Energy of the sun. Sun. DC. Or DJ. Disc jockey. Somebody that plays with records and sound. FM. AM. Go turn your dials. Frequency and amplitude modulations. The universe is frequency and amplitude modulations. That's the months. You see what I did with this? Starting in July, which is the dog days of summer. Going into August is dog days of summer, but it's like where half of the year starts. Let's see. So February, March, April, May, and then June. We have just the June left over for the J. J is the fish hook that just starts the, there's the Jesus, the J, the letter that's very confusing for a lot of people. Isn't J the 10th letter? Which is I-O. 10, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. 10th letter. 10, on and off switch. It's the beginning of the summer. It's the beginning of like where the year or the game would start. I-O, you can turn the switch on and off. Now that's just one way of coding it. I could be completely wrong. I could have just made that up right there on the spot, which I kind of did, but it might be true. And there might be some movie. There might be Friday the 13th. Was that Jason in Friday the 13th? Or is that Freddy Krueger? No, it's Jason. Jason. There might be some coding in there. Let's see, a crystal lake. What do you find inside of a radio? Crystals? I don't know. Regulates modulation of things. I don't know. This is I'm just playing around with this right now. But I'm trying to teach you in real time how some of this coding works, because you don't know the Chaladian, Jewish gematria, the English, the reverse, the Francis Bacon. Like it's all. I mean, it's taking letters and flipping them into numbers and coding things. A lot of them, they overlay each other. So any word could have a few different meanings, but their code, you just have to figure out what code is being used. And there's a rhyme and reason to it most of the time, if not all the time. It's backwards mapping the whole thing. So when you watch a couple codes overlay each other, you go, okay, they're using a planetary energies to do that. Okay, there might be. Are they using Francis Bacon code here? It'd be too difficult to do it that way. It would take a lifetime to figure out one thing out. But luckily, we have computers that will figure the code. You just type it in there, and they'll give you all the numbers, and you're like, all right, there's the codes. And then let me see these. What's these codes? And then you can start going ding ding ding. These ones link up here, and you start to find a pattern or a rhythm. That's how coding works. Now, to use gematria, just to use gematria only, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's a really weak code. It's fourth in line in the coding. It's used, but you have to have the firm thing going on to begin with. Like, you have to have the firmware in there. You have the hardware going. It's a software system. It's decoding part of it for you, but then you also have to realize there's the harder code is in what you can't. You can't adjust the stars too much. You can't really adjust the sun too much. You can't really adjust the earth too much. Like, you're not changing it. Like, yeah, we're rearranging some things a little bit, but not really, So So in the larger code is, if there's a bunch of people chanting in unison, what are you going to do against the masses? You either say something that vibrates them till their body shakes and they fall apart. Kind of like if you went to an opera and there's a glass there and somebody breaks the glass, you shatter it. You could break a code that way. Most people can't sing like that though. Their voices don't sound like that. Other way was have enough people understand the code, and then they can, this code they would mob the entire system, and the system wouldn't be able to handle that, and they'd break part of the system. Good, bad, and different. They Shakti and Shiva. They would shock the system. Or no, excuse me. Well, they could shock the system in one direction, or they could Shiva the system and break it. You can overshock a system and break it. So Shakti and Shiva work together. Masculine, feminine, electricity, and magnetism. You can take a magnet and destroy a computer. You could take electricity and destroy a computer. Doesn't matter. One is cold and one is hot. You could fry a computer, or you could take the magnet and just remove everything. Simple game. So you Shakti and Shiva. Okay, let's say hi to whoever's here. There's a little bit of code working. David Mannion, what's going on? Robert Hammock, Azu. Gina, what is good? Danny Skylark, what's happening? Oh, is it football today? Let's see. I don't know. Is anybody allowed to go to football games? Is that even a thing anymore? Or are they just filling the stands with cardboard cutouts of? Are they doing what they do in the basketball games now? Are they just doing it where they just put up digital representations of things? It's so funny. Robert Hammock. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, next year. I don't know. I might dip out this fucking realm before then. This shit is getting tiring. People gonna get this work, or else I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I'll jump on a spacecraft. I'll jump on board with some other teams. I don't care. I always figured the devil rides alone. And most people, you gotta have people that really like the devil. You gotta have people that hate him. You gotta have people that love God and have people hate God. So you can't really. There's no winning or losing at the game, I guess. Just play another one. I'll just abandon ship. It won't even be a mutiny. I'll be like, anybody want the controls? Everybody look at each other and go, no, come back. They're like Robin Williams, my captain. When they're in they say, what is the line they say? Oh, Captain, my captain. Dead Poet Society. I'll just here go. Okay, you know how to run it yet? You know how to operate the system? They're gonna be like, oh shit. No, you don't. Oh, you didn't want to listen. Now you see. You're not now. Now you're gonna get it. Now you want to know. Now you want to know. Oh, it reminds me of the song. Gonna miss me when I'm gone. You know that song? Was that Lulu and the Lampshades? Miss me when I'm gone. I mean, I'm not really going to. I'm just going. People are like, oh shit, really? Being a dip? Just leave us all here? Anyways, yeah. So what up, new people from the future that will come and hear this at some point in time? Welcome. Today might be an auspicious day. Might be. Auspicious in the sense that prediction, not of mine, that I knew nothing about this one. I wasn't even, because that's just not my, I don't do code work that much. I do a different type of something. But whenever I see somebody that's doing really good work with the code, I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's up. And so I found a couple of people that do really interesting things with smashing gematria and astrology together, and they know what they're doing. I see people that do gematria that are really good at it, but I'm just like, all right, everything to them is a demonic gematria. And I try to explain to people this: we could do gematria right now. If you give me any word that you think is gonna go to as much as I love him, go to Marty Leeds stuff. He doesn't really decode things that much, but he does sometimes. Go to Gematria News. What the hell is his name? I used to follow him all the time. Love his work too. I don't know what, he's probably part of some team. He's I don't remember which one, but he's not. He's one of the he's on some of the one side. But his code won't allow him to speak that. It's not allowed to. What's his name? Whatever his name is. But every code that he'll figure out, it's always whenever he's working with news, it's always negative. He uses the negative version of the code, which is good because it exposes the fact that I could use the same code and show you the positive variation of it. It's very simple. Any word you can find out, and you can find. So it's just a matter of if they can keep placing every code to be negative and then taking the same code and multiplying and forcing the same negativity down people's throat, and that's what they'll observe. They'll be like, oh, see, gematria only solves for terrible. Oh, it's all evil. It's all, this number is the worst. These numbers are the worst. No, they're not. There's no good, bad. There's no good numbers and bad numbers. There's no good colors and there's no bad colors. There's no good letters and bad letters. These are ridiculous. There's no good words and bad words, even if they try to tell you. They try to tell you that you can't say the word cunt. I just said it. What's going to happen? Nothing. Just said it's a word. Which ones can't you say? Can I not? People are scared of the number 13. What, the boogeyman? Number 13 gonna come get you. Whoa, I'm number 13. Gah, gah, gah. They even take it out of buildings. What kind of fear-induced nonsense is that? They love this number, the evil occult. There's not just an evil occult. Even if there is, there must be the antithesis to evil occult. There must be a powerful white hat occult that does the opposite work. It has to be. So just to exclaim that 93 is a terrible number, that they love to use it, maybe the good team does too, if there is a good and bad team, which is not. But if we have a teeter-totter and have to balance things out, it's not just put all the weight on one side. And remember, a teeter-totter always needs an apex. It needs a fulcrum for it to work, or it's just sitting there. So it doesn't take two to tango, it takes three to play any game. The world has to be at least triangulated. At least. When I say that, at the bare minimum to do anything. You can't, there's no such thing as even ping pong, the game that you played on Atari, you still could, I mean, if it was just duality, it'd be two walls and the ball would just go ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Fucking ding dong, you need a next angle. Wow. So that little piece can go up and down. That way you could win and score a game. You could score a goal. Boo. So it's a third thing. It's the fulcrum of the, see those two things going up and down? It's in the middle is the fulcrum point. Teeter-totter. Right? It takes three to do anything. Can't do anything with two people. I mean, you could make the love if you like, but in the reality of the world, to get to the next generation, there's three things. It has to be a male, it has to be a woman, a masculine and a feminine, an electric, a magnetic, a Shakti and a Shiva. It has to be, and then it produces friction to then you have offspring. There's your third. There's the triangulation of the universe. There's the next generation. Duality will never give you a generation. It will kill itself off. If you duel with everybody, you end up like, if you were the last man on Earth, well, if you're the last man on Earth, then that shit is all there is. Then hey, have fun. You might be the last woman on Earth. Have fun. Have fun with nobody. Ain't that funny though? That's what duel will get you. Tribal, trifecta. It's the only way it exists. Can't be. People pushing, preaching this Bible. Bye. See you later, bully. A tribal. It's three. Seems like a little more powerful situation. They build things out of triangles everywhere. It's the evil Illuminati. Okay, stick with your Bible and dueling everybody and blaming everybody because you read a book that was written actually by some Masons. Hate the printing press. Hate all the people. If you knew where they came from, you know who they are. You know who edited the book that you read every day. Oh, you went to you don't read it. You go to a priest Kraft once a week so they can just here a spoon, or should I spoon feed in with the silver spoon? What I need you to hear. Here's the spell today. You're gonna just repeat that shit. Stupid motherfuckers. That's for the GM, the Grand Master, or General Motors. Let's see, GM. There's a code right there. Here's a code here. I'll even give you a couple codes. All right. James Biden, Joaquin and Boaz, JB, Twin Towers, Gemini. They have to split the Twin Towers. That's the Joaquin and Boaz. That's what it is. They can't let him win. The game won't let him win. It's just it's like they're gonna run the game, and it's gonna look and it's going this way, it's going that way. Oh, there's no. Literally, no matter what happens, that dude cannot win. What do you think? They have to get rid of what the dualism is. The dual, and his name expresses duality. It's encoded in his name. Who has to win? You play any game. What card wins? The trump card. It has to. You play a game. You have that card. It's the Joker or the Joker. Who is the Joker? Does the trump card beat the Joker? Well, it depends on what game you're playing, I guess. Depends if you're letting the Joker play. They can just leave them out. They leave the Joker out the game. The Joker's like, all right, well, I ain't gonna get involved in this shit. The Joker just sits inside, like, oh, look at these idiots. But then if you put the Joker in the game, they're like, you can't beat the Joker. See, can't beat him. Sí, yeah. Sí or no? Sí. What else goes on with this code? Which code do you want to do? You want to do? I was trying to decode the here. Everybody's like, okay, boxing or whatever. People into gambling. Vegas nerve. Vegas. You want to go to casino? CASINO. Was that calcium, silicon, and nitrous oxide? Is that what it is? CASINO. It's for something. It's coding. People that gamble, some of these people don't even like sports. They like the idea that they know the code and they'll make money off of it. There's people that get really rich knowing the code and have fun doing it. I don't particularly like sports anymore. I like to play them. I love playing sports, but I got bored of watching them because I see the code. I don't know what I can't see what the final outcome is all the time. It's a little frustrating because I don't know it that well. Maybe that's it. And I don't really gamble. I don't gamble. I gamble on a lot of other things. I gamble on just my own idiocy. I gamble every day I speak. Are they gonna like what I say, or are they gonna think I'm a complete retard? I don't know. It's a gamble. But it's not really. I know the outcome. But yeah, okay. So I was gonna say, I was trying to decipher and decode the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones fight. Well, there's a lot of interesting things that go into it. I started doing it last night, and I have my feelings about the code. And people are like, oh, your feelings don't really affect the code. Well, they do, though, actually. The larger code is run by energy, and your electrical field of your heart is throwing out a lot of energy. So your feeling of something, your gut, which is really close to your heart, and they're affecting each other in a big way. And so you have an electrical field that's permeating outside of you. You can affect a lot of things with your auric field or your heart. So yes, feelings do affect the code. So I have a feeling about the code, and it was really leaning towards you can't beat Tyson. Like, you just can't. Like, it's Mike Tyson, okay? Like, I know he's got a couple losses in his career, but those were in his career, and it was when it was winding down. And they're like, Mike, you had a good run. You know, you have to hand the crown over to the next. This is how boxing works. So, yep, that's what I got in this for. He already signed a contract a long time ago. That's Mike Tyson. Right? He's the son of Ty. Who's Ty? Is son of war? Why do you think he's got Lao Tzu? Who's he got? Mount Zion? on tattooed on him? Do you know Tiwi? Tiw? Ty? It's Ty. T Sun, Tuesday. Tuesday means war. It means duel. You can't beat him in a duel, but because he's playing with, he's the god of war. He said literally in an interview, the gods of war want him to, his ego and the gods of war want him to come back and be a warrior. You can't beat Mike Tyson. That's the code. Now, 2020 has been a weird, strange world. So, what are we looking at? Roy Jones, one of the greatest fighters ever. If nobody watched boxing ever, they wouldn't really know this, because everybody that's a casual observer, or people that just go, "That's Mike Tyson." They wouldn't really know Roy Jones. I don't know why. He's super dangerous, but he also dude is like pound for pound probably the best fighter ever, but nobody knows this. He won titles in what, like 5 weight classes or something ridiculous. It's unheard of. It's not possible. He was going up and down weight classes, just beating people that are bigger than him that shouldn't have, and people are just right. So what's the code here? Melissa, man, you're speaking a different code of language than I'm familiar with. But I could muscular atrophy, chromosome 5 missing. That's I don't have that that language, but I could try to decipher it. Okay, Mike Tyson did break his spine. Remember, he said it broke my back. He goes, what? He's like, spinal. I broke my back. So he broke his back before one of these fights. He had a broken vertebrae. Very funny, interesting, and he won the fight anyways. I mean, in the realm of, you just want me to talk about health, I don't know what you know about, like, what I can teach about that. Your DNA always has a way of reprogramming itself. Anything can be fixed in the body that's been broken, and it requires to remove. Okay, like if your house is in disrepair. Let's say your temple is in disrepair. You need to put your framework of your computer is broken, right? Your frame of your bike is broken. The frame of your house is broken. What do you have to do first? You have to remove everything out of the house, which means you have to fast. And to fast means to clean the body out. Then proper repairs can be made. So if you broke or screwed up the spine of a tree, or a spine, like the spine being what's holding up your home, you'd have to, you're not going to be sitting there soldering your computer if you've broke the frame of it. You're not going to be, if you got to fix a bike, you'd have to take things off before you welding something. So you'd have to fast. Fasting then allows the DNA to repair itself properly. If you got the DNA and the RNA trying to recode itself on the fly, which is always happening, that's why people get sick sometimes and they get sick, and their immune system is building this up. If it's trying to repair and do other things the entire time, you got, paint the wall, do this. Like you're sitting there painting a wall and putting this in the house and doing this, and you got a broken right there. The base of the your basement's broken. You better stop doing all that and fix that first. When people go, oh no, I want it still. I want it to look nice and paint, do this and put up this, and I need to know. Oh, that's not going to matter if you don't have the framework set. So decoding it from the reality, the larger reality, is probably why Shiva is coming in, the Shiva energy, because most of the system is so shattered anyway. So she. So funny. So that Shiva destroyer energy is destroying the parts of the system that don't need to be there, because you do need to cut parts of the system out, which is what happens when DNA sequencing is occurring. If there's something in a code in a computer or in your body, DNA, similar situation, it will come along here and snip out the part of the code, remove it, and then repair it. But if you have other things if you're breathing in some toxic chemicals, if you're eating something and you're trying to recode that, it's like, we need to work on this first. We can't. It's not gonna work well. But if you clean the whole thing out, it can repair systems really quickly. So does any of that make sense for you? Yeah. Okay. You live in a basement. It means the base mind. So you build from ground up. What's up, Muffin? Melissa, so you understand what I'm saying? Both parents must have mutation that pass the offspring. Okay. Well, think of it this way. Let's go even a little deeper. We constantly mutate and morph. We don't. Humans don't evolve. You can evolve consciousness. You can evolve awareness of things. This happens all the time for everyone. Like once you know something better, you know it. You can still do something stupid, but you know something better. You can't. Once you know something, you can't unknow it. That's like why ignorance is bliss. Oh, I didn't know. So you were blissful, but you know something. Fuck. You can still do the opposite. You can still do opposed to what's healthy or whatever. But the idea of mutations and hybridization, mutations and morphing, that's what humans do. You can morph yourself. You can transmute energy. You can do all sorts of things. So where did, just like this, think of STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. Where did the first one come from? Where did the first disease come from? It means how could anyone get it unless sex were to occur, right? That's the implication. So what if someone has a disease that doesn't, like, where did it first, you see what I'm saying? So that's saying, so if the offspring requires two parents to come together to create that mutation, it's the same as saying the mutation is two people coming together to produce an offspring. Two people in the disease, but where did the first part come from? Which means it must have come organically. Which means here's the promising part. Which means if the disease, the health can come singularly. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if there's one here and one here, and the only way to get them both to have it, somebody had to have it first. But where did they get it from? Oh, they got it from their last. But no, there had to be an origination point, which means there was a singular point, a source code. So if you can get something good, you can get something, or if you get something bad, you get something good from the source code. So that those mutations and morphings happen internally. You by fasting, your organs function differently. By fasting, you clean out your pool of water. You know, your pool is filthy. Okay, well, go clean it, empty it, clean it out, and then fill it up with clean water. Sparkling new pool. Well, you even just need to clean up a little bit. Your body is the same way internally, and morphing and changing things. You wouldn't want to dive in that pool and do any, and then all of a sudden you could do anything. You could morph and change and alter anything in the code. You could upgrade the code. Why do you think people get smarter? Why do you think people have new talents? Doesn't require anything else. It requires something internally. And some people have, oh, you got junk DNA. No, you don't. You have DNA that just isn't turned on or isn't coded yet. That's all it is. You only use 10% of your brain. No, you only use 10% of your brain. I use plenty more than that. And in fact, it's only because of neurons misfiring, just like DNA not being coded properly. This is what everybody how do you think it's going to work better? Most people think they want to keep adding things. You can't stop adding things to a soup. You already screwed the soup up. You know? Too much salt. You can't fix a soup that has too much salt in it. What you need to do is throw that out. Clean the pot and start from a brand new. Well, damn it. It's wasteful. You want to eat that shitty ass salty soup that now is going to go into your body and it's going to be too salty to taste. It's going to that salt is going to cause your system to get fried out because you're using inorganics. Like, okay, or you just clean it out, and start anew. Is all this making sense? I hope the part. Yeah, I hope that's all making sense. How long does it take for repair? Depends on what structure in your body you're talking about. Anything can be okay. I would say it's like this. Most doctors most scientists and doctors that have studied this kind of thing. There was things they used to think that could never be repaired. Now they've come in unison and said it takes about a year for anything in the body to be repaired. I would say it's 9 months. Why? Because that's how long it takes to produce a baby. So if your body was completely clean from the point that it is, you could repair anything in 9 months. You know that your stomach gets repaired. You know that bones take about 6 to 8 weeks, but that's only because most people are unhealthy. There are people that can break a bone and it's repaired in 3 weeks. I've known somebody to repair a broken bone. Might have been only I don't know if it was broken, but it was like about a week. I'd even tell you who it is. It's Zigzag Ziggy. Go to his channel. Go ask him about it. He called me. He's like, dude, I think and I was like, I do this and this. He's like, okay. He's like, dude, it's a week later. Perfectly functional. Crazy. And he's like, dude, if you knew him, he's like Wolverine, strong dude, super strong dude. And he always say like, I'm Wolverine, I can repair myself. And so mentally put himself there, did a couple things. So everything in the body can be repaired. Some things, so ocular things, most of it is to remove stuff and then build a muscle. Like muscles repair themselves after they get broken, right? So you could do micro tears and they get bigger. Some things like muscles require, like your eyesight, you can't, depending on what your problem is with your eyesight. That's one of the only things that it repairs itself differently. You can always get rid of your eyeglasses. An eyeglass is a crutch because you're not using the muscles. Requires more use. Some things require just cleanliness so that the DNA can do the repairing. So your stomach gets repaired all the time because it's just eating away at itself because you have stomach acid. And then you have, think of it, cancer in your body is not the same cancer. Like if you have cancer, which most people do, it's not a big deal. It's not hurting you. It's just a little lump of garbage of DNA that is coagulated, which is basically code that is screwed up. Just sits over here. If you have cancer in your body, it's not the same cancer 90 days from now. It's literally just replaced itself with a brand new version of that same cancer. It's not the same though. It's like it reproduced itself. There's no such thing as cellular. Let me explain it to you this way before I go on. There's no such thing as cellular uptake of. If a cell sits here and a cell is here, this one is not sucking energy out of this other cell. So you say, oh, you are what you eat. No, you're a reflection of the energy in which you eat. Okay, what do you mean then? If I have a cell here, the only thing this cell does is look at it and it mimics it. It's a reproduction. Cells can reproduce or mimic. They're not feeding anything else. So what you eat isn't literally, you're not taking little pieces of proteins. You're not taking little pieces I'm building muscle from that. No, it's looking at it and it's reflecting the energy. It's an electrical system. It's electrical and it's chemical. So your body works on an electrical chemical system. So the electrical system says, if I put an electrical charge into something, it works again, right? It hasn't taken anything from it. There's some ions that are happening. It's a reflected, but it hasn't taken anything. There's no food. There's no actual physical item that's being traded. So your body is made literally out of next to nothing. Like there's no real thing. You can't really find it. It's an energetic reflection. It's a charge of energy. And so on a cellular level, that's what's occurring. So everything that's occurring in your body that can be replaced requires a clean body. If you want to cleanse your body and remove everything out of it, it takes 1 day is equal to about a year of your life. You can rewind 1 year of your life by fasting on complete, clean, pure, distilled water 1 day. Keep doing that. Do that for, if you're 40, you need to do about 40 days. If you fasted before, but then that's it's about 1 year. It just depends on how much of a disgusting, filthy pig you are. So just being honest here, it might not take you that long. It might take you a couple fasts. You might divide it up a few different ways. You can fast on juices will help. You want to remove material from your body. Sometimes lemon juice is a better fasting material for some people. Sometimes urine is the best thing. Most of the time, urine is the best thing. But then after you've gone through the system of cleansing, then it goes in the system of deep repair. Deep repair happens during delta sleep, happens the quickest. So you want to get into deep sleep, and this is why sometimes when you fast, you're extremely tired. Other times you have all sorts of energies, and you're like, because you're processing information quicker. So fasting is literally to hold to something and to move quicker. Sometimes your brain works really fast, but then your body's like, okay, you done doing all that? Because we need to repair some things. And you're like, all right, cool. So your body's like, shut down. You just go into the deepest, longest, and that. Well, it's not even long, it's just deep. So all right, deep repairs. It's where your body is shut off completely and your mind is shut off. You don't have dreams. It's basically shut this whole system down. System shuts down and your body repairs things. You wake up and like, man, wow, this thing works again? I used to have all of it. So it just depends on what organ, what system is fucked up, And there's ways that you can add to that. There's ways that you can assist that. By grounding yourself out, stepping on the earth. Why am I doing that? It's because it's my pineal glands back there, and it's a nice little spot I like to rub on. Yeah, so grounding yourself out. I mean, think if you're working an electrical system, you know, because your body, even you're electrical. It doesn't go away. You ground yourself out. It'll help repair things quicker. And getting sunlight, because the vitamin D, which isn't even a vitamin, it's a hormone, is supplying what is called dark energy. Why do you think you get in the sun? You get dark. It's dark matter, so it's a melanin. So you have neuromelanin in your brain, neuromelanin, and then you have melanin on your skin. But this melanin is why the most expensive thing on the planet. I don't know if it's the most expensive. I think it's the second most expensive. In order, here's what the most. Well, I think it. I have to look at it again. Gold is the third. Saffron is the second most expensive thing by weight on the planet, and the first most expensive thing on the planet is melanin, not melatonin. Although they're related, because you want to go sleep, you want to dark magic, melatonin magic. You want to have dreams, melatonin, which is produced by the pineal gland apparently. But there's a couple other things that go into producing that, which is chemicals that are going on inside of your stomach, and most people aren't producing a lot of it because their stomach and their immune system is all screwed up, so they don't produce too much melatonin magic. But there's also melanin is the most expensive thing on the earth, so it's black magic, black power. Well, I didn't think Black Panther was the most powerful thing. So sleeping well, being in the darkness, turning all the lights off when you go to sleep, closing the window completely so your room is dark. You don't want any light to come in your body. Most repair happens there. Soil, dark earth, black mama earth, grounding yourself out, shuts your grounds out your electrical system. That's more repair be done. Clean, clear water. So you're using clarity and darkness. There you go. So Melissa, there you go. Gina. Okay, see the salts, minerals. I do not suggest to use any inorganic salts, and I don't know which one specifically. I don't. Spinal things, I would use things that are bamboo, silica, bamboo. It's the spine. It's good for hair. It's good for your spine. Anything that resonates strength. And even if you look at a piece of bamboo, it's one of the fastest growing things on the planet. And if you look at it, there's a notch every couple of ways. It's like boom, it's a knot. Just looks like your spine. Spine food, hair food, silica. So silica would be the mineral. And I would just get it from the natural source, bamboo or sugarcane. Everybody doesn't like sugar. You don't understand. Sugarcane and a piece of bamboo. They look very similar. Spine food. Sugarcane is good for again bamboo, silica, yeah. And so bamboo shoots, or eat some Chinese food. Just don't get the MSG because that's no good. And then go to a Mexican restaurant that does sugarcane juice with lime in it. That's breakfast right there. Yeah, it's breakfast of champions. It's hard to find, but there you go. That will fix spine. Melissa, that's hilarious. Thyroid in May. Thyroid removed. Was it overactive? Did you have hypo? Did you have hypothyroidism, or was it cancerous? They will grow back, but it's again, your body will only grow things back in the order in which it can. What's most important to your body? It's the most important thing for a man is it produces its semen first because it's generational. It has to, and then you have to. Obviously, you'll die without your lungs, your heart. These are very important. There's certain things you can get rid of that your body will still function, so it'll shut down systems, and it doesn't need to repair or rebuild anything. So think of if you were an engineer for a building, what do? You make sure the most essential. They've been told the essential workers, even though the government straight lying to you. What's the most essential workers? Walmart employees. I mean, it's helpful. I mean, I'm glad it's there, but if we're being honest, I mean, is it really? What's most essential? It's the most basic, I guess. So I guess maybe Walmart might be the most essential. Maybe it's because I already understand the system a little better. I don't think so, but for the majority of people, let's go back to it. If I'm an engineer, I want the most important things running. So the engineer of your body, it's somewhere in your subconscious, unless you start to understand the subconscious, your body says, what is the most important thing? How do I maintain life function? So it starts with life function. Then if I can be alive, what's the next life function? To produce seed, next generation, because that's the body's innate ability to repair itself and then to recreate itself, because that's all it is. It's a recreation. It's recreation. So this is why cells don't feed any other cells. They just recreate them. Why do you think kids mimic you? Why do you think people are always like, oh, I want to be just like so-and-so. I want to be as good at that, because that's all you can do. You've never met them. All you can do is watch a reflective surface. They're over there. You can't interact with them. You can never touch them. Even if you could touch them, you're not inside of them. You could never be. So Ben Wilson? Oh, dude, yeah, Ben Wilson, what do you think happens? I can't help it. 46 days, bare feet now, sitting outside. What's up, Afro Man? Nellie Loren, God morning. Yep. Oh, you had cancer cells in the lymph. Okay. Yeah, so that's just you had backup in your lymph system. Okay, repair would be then go get if you had cancer in your lymph nodes, then you have it in your system completely. Here's your fix for that. Get yourself. Here, let me show you. All right, simple. Here's what you need. Here's what you do for yourself, and here's where you go. You don't even need to leave the house, I don't think. Just go into Amazon and order these things. Let me show you. How do I? Come on, camera. Do what I want you to do, bastard. Oh, it's gonna fuck with me right now. I know it. I hate when this shit happens. Cause anybody wanna donate to me so I can get a new tripod for my phone? Cause they keep breaking. Cause I don't know. Well, I'm gonna beat someone up today. I don't know who it's gonna be. Someone pissed me off today. Because I'm not gonna break my, okay, there we go. Get these things. They're called gua sha tools. Simple. You could use it in your house. These are called gua sha. Gua sha. Sha is basically your blood gua sha tool. So what you want to do is use this, and you're just basically scraping. It's a scraping tool. Put it at like a 45, and you're scraping. It doesn't scrape you. It's just what we would call scraping. You put a little oil on your skin. These are nice because they have a nice edge on them. You could use a ball jar, the lid to a ball jar to do this. So you don't even need to buy them. But these are nice because they have like different shapes to them to get in different places. I got all sorts of these. And you just go through in your entire system. And what you want to do, what you'll see is you'll actually get some lines on your skin that will be red. That's actually pulling sha out of your lymph. And so it's breaking up your myofascial. So there's a connection between your skin, the myofascial, and then a layer of muscle. And there's those are all glued together, and your lymph isn't running too good. So you break it up with this, and you scrape, boom, 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 and you do this. Yeah, so often it feels awesome. And you're breaking a little bit of blood vessel, but you're doing no deep scarring. There's going to be no deep tissue scarring. You want that to happen until your skin will get a little red. Yeah, I think it feels good. I don't never. Okay, so you'll get these. Do that. Especially get up in here too. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, right here. So that you didn't have lymph drainage. So what happens is it wasn't draining out of here. Gets stuck, calcifies in there. Remove it. So if that's happening there, then you've probably been eating things that are too salty, certain elements that can just clog up your veins. And then get yourself this. Boom. Cupping set. You can go get this done, but I mean, for $60 you can get it done for you. Or I'm sure you have if you don't have a significant other, you probably find some dude that'd be happy to get you naked on a table and put these cups onto you. I don't know what you look like, I don't know, but it's easy for chicks to get, you could get chick dude to do anything you want. Check these out. You have this little thing here, and this goes onto your skin. Oh, it's gonna be hard for me to do. Can't really show you. I do it on my face. I'm so stupid. Look at, see that? If you do it on your back or somewhere, yeah, let me see if I can do it on my chest. Okay, check it out. You see what happens? That's what happens. Okay? And you just leave that there. And what we'll do is pull all of the sha, break up all of this stagnant blood, stagnant lymph, and you leave that there for 15 minutes. When you take them off, it's gonna be like it's gonna look like bruises, but it's, again, superficial bruises that will go away in probably 2 to 3 days. This is not deep tissue stuff, and you get looser, cleans up lymph, cleans up everything. And this set of cups probably cost you $30 on the internet. And you get like 20 cups in this thing. There's other ways to do it. I mean, it's called oh, I forget the actual name. Hijima, which is originally from, it's like Arabic. No, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. There's some weird shit that I know. So yeah, get yourself a cup and these things. And those gua sha tools will cost you $10 on Amazon. That will cost you, for $40, you'll have everything you need. And that will start clean up your lymph, and it feels good. I haven't done that in a bit. Get me all set up here. So there you go. So sugar's okay. Sugar is great. Your body runs on glucose. Your body runs on glycogen, and that glycogen actually turns into, well, for all you fruitarians, turns into alcohol, because your body produces alcohol because it's using alcohol. Your body is a funny car. What do funny cars run on? Alcohol. What does your car run on? Alcohol. What do you think diesel fuel is? The only reason you can't drink diesel fuel is because they put an additive in there to turn it into poison. Because people used to go to the gas station and they would use that to drink because it was cheaper. Because diesel fuel, what do you think it is? It's made from corn. What do you think it's a corn mash. It's the same thing. Then they started making unleaded and leaded fuel. And they started, because they started putting in it, and they started changing some things. It's so funny. It's very funny when you consider the whole, I'm not do the whole breakdown of what the whole agriculture and farming, and I'll do the whole story a little later maybe. But yes, sugar's okay. Sugar's how your body functions. If you didn't have any sugar, you'd die. Salt is bad for you. Sugar's good for you. Does sugar good for you from like a processed white sugar? No. Is fructose? You know, you got glucose, fructose, but you know, like you got all these different kinds. Like, dude, if it comes from a fruit, if you're supposed to eat fruit, what is a fruit basically? It's fucking sugar. It's good for you, obviously. And your body breaks everything down to its lowest common denominator, and then produces fuel out of it. You're a car. You're an arc. Cars run on fuel. What do you think you're running on? You're not, like, the corn is not supposed to be eaten. Corn is supposed to be turned into a mash to make alcohol, which then you can put herbs into and make tinctures or drink, and it turns it into, you immediately becoming more fun. It's immediately funnier. It's called Whiskey Wednesdays. People find on Wednesdays they can lift more weight. You don't get drunk, but you go and you do a few shots of whiskey while lifting weights. For real. No jokes. Because you're actually putting more energy into your system. I mean, if you put too much energy, you'll be all over the place. You don't know what to do. It's like when you're in a dream, you got too much energy, you fall in that place. You don't have enough, you can't lift heavy weights. In the dream, it gives you the spins. In real life, you get the spins. It really happens. It's all interrelated. Of course. Yeah, I obviously don't have a problem with my throat chakra. Fortnite. I'd rather be pissed off than pissed on. Which one? Gua sha? Guasha. There's Gua sha. Guasha. Gua sha. And then cups, just cupping. The other name for it, if you're looking it up, is hijama, H I J A M A H, hajima. You'll find it. To look up cupping, and then you'll start to find the root word of it. It doesn't really. It's from the Quran. It's like the healthy thing for the temple work, body work. Yeah. Drink your piss and fuck off. Well, there you go. That's the. I know the me seeks. That's so funny. Yeah, yeah. Big oil versus little water. Yeah, people put too much oil in their system. Okay, you're lubricated enough. We got it. You got enough oil. But people don't use water. Yeah, they don't mix, but they're not supposed to. But you got dirty rivers. Let me go put this away. Because I'm just leaving this out. Right back. Okay, there we go. Had to clean my ears out. Couldn't hear you guys. A Zen, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, because that's the chode enlarger. No. Ben Wilson doesn't slapping do the same thing as cupping? Not even close. It's not even in the same ballpark. Slapping works. It's just not even in the same realm of, because it's so slapping is superficial, and you're only getting the superficialist of things. It's helpful. There's no doubt it's helpful. Slapping is more for energy. It's like clapping. You'll feel energy in your hands. This is not about feeling energy. It's about removing and blockages and shit. You could equally do a thing called get a piece of bamboo and strike the same spot. Not too hard. Keep striking it. That will eventually do the same thing. There's a couple good stories of people. Oh, the ancient practice and da da da. You've got to learn what the master is doing. The motherfucker's just grabbing a goddamn bamboo stick and smashing the same spot. This guy was sitting there, couldn't walk, back problems. He goes, "Come here." Lean over this, puts him on a massage chair, bends him over, canes the shit out of him. Now, is he hitting him hard? No. But eventually it'll go from stinging to numb to red and bruised. Takes a while. Do it after a couple sessions, dude could walk. Because he had stagnant chi, stagnant chi energy, sha, blood. Nothing was moving. Things were, screwed up. So he beat the shit out of him, literally. He wasn't going to punch him. He didn't hurt the guy. It was no harm. It was just like hitting this spot until you could. I mean, that's tapping, right? Tapping. Yes, I mean, see, again, that's very micro adjustments where everybody wants to, I just want to tap. What do you tap your finger all fucking day? You're going to just tap your leg, tap your finger? No, that's neurotic. I don't like that tapping bullshit. To me, it is really. That's fine micro adjustments at a later date. When you get the paps out of you, then you stop it. Okay, but most people need the deeper tissue heavy work done to begin with. You can't. Everybody you want big strong muscles. Well, if you got a broken fucking bone, you ain't gonna be lifting anything up, retard. So people want to do all of this superficial shit. They want to live in the Gilded Ages. They want to cover all of their shitty ass framework up by making things look all fancy, but behind it, it's like, oh, none of this is this is fucked up, huh? Looking behind the curtains, it's like, damn, I think that's why I keep my bullshit out here like this. You can see what I look like. You can see what I do. You want to see my house? This is what it looks like. This is, good, bad, and different. But at least like I know you cannot know truly what good is unless you know what this weird shit is. That's how you learn. To be a wise old man, you must have been a stupid child for quite a while, huh? The fool in his folly becomes wise, right? The thing is, people like to cover up their misgivings and towards themselves. Like, that's just what I'm saying. Like, internally, you want to like put all the makeup on and fuck, because. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Everybody want to cover up this in their house. Well, just if we don't women when they're driving. This is classic woman maneuver. Driving, they see the light on there. They'll just like oil light, and that's a light. Just can you just turn that off? It's a signal to tell you go get it fixed. Nah, just cover that right up. I know people. I used to know people. I was like, they have like a Post-it note or something in the middle. I'm like, why do you have that there? This light is on. I was like, that's telling you to take it to a mechanic to get your car fixed. And then they're like, my car, my engine just blew up. How did this happen? I don't even know. Well, you don't know. You don't need to know how it works. You don't need to be a mechanic. It was telling you what the problem was, and you didn't listen. Classic. That's a sexist joke there. Well, I'm not sexist because I don't believe in genders. Oh shit. That's gonna make people real loopy. Now there's no such thing as sexist jokes. No gender jokes either. Because they all you pick a new one. I make fun of your kind. There's too many of them now, right? Fucking morons. Fucking moron. Oh shit. What's up, Arcadian? What you doing? Your body is in one sense a still, definitely. It is a still. It's a laboratory. It's a laboratory. A laboratory. It's a place people do their labors at. Laboratory. It's also a alchemical vessel of many sorts. It does a lot of things. Your body is a wonderland. I'm not talking to you chicks. I'm talking just really it is like you do all sorts of experiments on yourself every day. Glutathione in the gut. I could look it up and give you information on it. Yeah, Melissa, I got you. Yeah, well, here's what I'm saying, Ben. Is since you've never done cupping, I'm assuming. I mean, I could slap the shit out you for 15 minutes. You're never gonna bruise the way a cup would. A cup will give you a nice. Just look up some videos on. Again, it's superficial versus a little deeper tissue. You're gonna fix fascia, and you're gonna fix lymph with that. Slapping or tapping or any of that, you're working on a little more, towards the top of the skin. It's a good thing to do, but it's not going to work. It's not going to do what most people need done. It's like going and getting a massage. You ever have somebody give you a massage and they're just going, oh, I'm giving you a nice massage. You like massage $5? No, I go to those places. I'm like deep tissue. They get in. Oh, they'll stand on the table, stand on my back. That's what you need. Most people don't want that massage. Like, oh, massage hurts sometimes. It should. Should somebody just rubbing your back? Oh, can you rub my back? Oh, I'll rub your back. Oh, it's okay. No, I'm gonna dig my thumbs and fingers and get it in there because you got those. That's where the issues are. Deep tissue work is well. It's like it's there are certain points in the trigger point therapy. There's trigger points in the body that you have to release tension on. If you put a point here and then you move your arm or whatever wherever it is, and you're actually grinding through something, and it can be painful, and that is a physical trauma that is holding a mental trauma. But most people, you're gonna tap and hit the surface of the skin. You're not gonna do anything about deeper seated mental traumas. Some people cry. Literally because it hurts, and some people cry because it's emotional. So yeah. Tears are your body getting rid of weakness. uh, yeah. Is yes, arthritis stagnant Sha as well. Certainly it's well actually it's stagnant because there's a buildup. Like I would say I get in my feet really fucked up sometimes because I haven't been, sometimes I eat a lot of shit and then I don't do a lot. I'm sitting on the couch doing this shit with you guys rather than out there playing and doing all the things that I used to be. And there's no motion, there's no movement. And then there's heavy, dense materials that clogged up somewhere. So in a sense, it's a lot. And it tends to be salts. Salts get stuck in the knuckles. But I don't have problems with my hands because I do a lot of hand like things with my hands. My feet, because I played so many sports growing up, I've broken a lot of bones, broken a lot of blood vessels, blah, 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 blah. So I have a little bit, like I tend towards colder feet because the energy doesn't get, energy doesn't cycle too well for my feet unless I go outside. So this is why you'll see me outside a lot. Even I'll just walk on the street barefooted. People are like, are you fucking nuts? I'm like, it doesn't hurt my feet. My feet are good. Like, but you walk in the streets, walk in the fields and the grass and all this, and then it starts to circulate energy for me because you got a lot of pressure points on your feet too. You can get yourself one of these things. Get yourself one of these. Let's see where I put. What have I done with it? Where did you go? Huh? Do I not have it out here? 1 second now. Okay, well it's not out here, and that means it's in my closet, and I still have to do some organizing in there, because when I moved, like my closet only, like my house is smaller, so like I have to buy another thing for over here on the other side of my house because I only have so much closet space, and I had to, a lot of things got pushed in there. So anyways, point of the story is, if you guys want to donate to me again so I can clean out my closet and have goods over there, and then I can get to these things a little easier. Get a one of those mats that have all the little, it's like the bottom of golf cleats. I forget what the mats are called. And these are all, see, I'm for 50 or 60 bucks, you can get everything that really get your system in order. It's like a mat that's like 2x4, 2x3. And it usually comes with a little pillow. And it's got little spiky things on it. Really short little spiky things. But there's like lots of them. There's like hundreds of them. And it's usually for your back. You lay down on it, and that will bring a lot of energy, clean things out. It's acupuncture, pressure point therapy. But you can also stand on it. Because your feet have a lot of reflexology points. And just stand on that. Stand on that for a little bit. See if your feet don't start to feel different. It'll hurt at first. Start to burn a little bit, but then when you get off of it, you're like, whoa, you'll feel energy in your feet. I've shown you all my tools. I just like I got to get everything out. I just have to reorganize my place into how it's best going to suit all of the things that I had to jam in my closet because of space factors. And this baloney thing. There's some things I want to sell, and like nobody's like using Craigslist to buy shit. They're like, that might have the virus on it. I'm not buying that. I don't know if that's how they do it, but I assume that's what they're saying to themselves. Oh, you went to massage school? That's awesome. A wounded healer? Oh yeah, who heals the healer, Melissa? Yeah, there you go. Listen to David Mannion about that. Yeah, Gary, deep tissue. See, the acupuncture works on an energetic level. Deep tissue works on a, um, I mean, I guess just a physical level, a structural level. So you could do all the acupuncture you want, but it's going to take a lot more if you're completely like, you might feel better, but to get the movement open up, skeletal system and muscular system, you know, it's, I always tell people go get three things done in this order. Go to a chiropractor, then go to massage, go get massage done, and then go to acupuncture. In that order. Go the day at the spa. In that order, adjust the source, which is the spine of everything. Now energy could move properly. Now adjust the muscular system. Now that frees up things, your tendons, your muscular system, and then finally go get these needles that will fine tune you. You'll be a brand new person one day, and they'll cost you probably $200, but well worth it. Well worth it. Yeah. What's up, Ziggy? Yeah, it hurts at first. You gotta watch out. Oh, that lactic acid, man. Yep, gotta drink that water and yeah, remove the lactic acid. Yeah, lactic acid. Um, yeah, when you're walking through trails, hiking barefooted, you gotta watch out. You gotta know where you are, because you ever get one of those little prickly motherfuckers. You know the ones that like they stick to your clothes. You ever get one of those in your foot? Oh man, you just might as well just. That's ooh, those little prickly bitches. You know what I'm talking about. And then once you pull it out, it's stuck to your finger. Then you're trying to get it off your finger, and then you still got the little ones stuck in your foot. Oh, you got prickly sandals. I know, I hear you, but yeah, I mean, if you get one of the mats, you can just stand on it for a second, get off, stand on it, and then and then put your feet up and relax, and then they'll be at first it'll be hot and it'll be numbing, but then after you do it a few times, you get used to it. Yeah. You're concerned about the salts. In what way, Gina? Salts you'll get from organic food. Don't get don't get inorganic. Or here's a simple way I've explained it to everyone. Uh, you don't live near the Himalayas, do you? So what the fuck are you doing with Himalayan sea salt or Himalayan mountain salt or whatever? It's just that's just the general way of it. Your bodies do have cell salts, yes, but they're supposed to be provided to your body through organic means. Okay, you can find cell salts. I've used them. I know all about them. I have a book probably sitting right next to me somewhere. That's in my closet. All about cell salt deficiencies. And I get that they're 100% functional. I get the astrology to it. I understand it. I've done plenty of videos on it. But the cell salts they're getting, you have to be very aware. Are they inorganic or organic? I don't know. There's many companies that sell it. You have Schussler's and you have, you know. I remember taking cell salts, and you know what I developed? I developed I developed knots in my knuckles. I had arthritis in my knuckles from taking those salts. It's a fact. I was like, what the hell is going on here? I just kept taking these salts. All of a sudden, what is this? I got knot. What is this? Stopped taking the salts. Did a little bit of water fast. Poof, vanished. So like, I guess whatever brand I got wasn't organic. Now, if I know what the salt is that I need, Califas, I think Califas is I think one of the major ones that is required for me. I would just say what food has that, and just go get it from the food because it's organic means it's bound. It doesn't mean I want the. It doesn't matter if it's inorganic or conventional or whatever fruit. It just means that it's bound to a. They would say it's bound to carbon. They have a carbon binding where inorganic salts. So fruit is bound up that salt with all of its energy, and it's living now. It's part of a living system. If I take salt from sitting there, it's not dying. It's not alive. I can't plant something in salt. It'll kill it. Salt has an electrical capacitance to it, so charge can jump through it. But in general, the idea of adding any kind of inorganic salt to the body is no good. But if you have good alchemists and you know how much you should take, it can do a lot for the body. Salt in very, very small amounts that is inorganic. And again, where do you live? If you can't source the salt locally, you probably shouldn't be putting it in your body. Salt should be coming through, salts and minerals and everything should be coming through living foods. And even if you are eating meat, well, then go kill the animal and drink its blood. Get its salt right there. Get its plasma. But most people are trying to go away from killing animals, and I'm all for that. I'm not telling you to kill animals. I'm just telling you it can function. Don't do that. You can go ahead and get some foods. Some foods are living because they're on the top of the tree. Or you can go to the root system. Still, but you're not going to eat a root. What do you have to do? You find a potato. Find something underground. You have to cook it. Thereby, you're releasing like you're causing all of the things that were bound up tight that your body couldn't digest. So you're going to shit it out anyways. So it becomes assimilable to the body. So whatever's held in the root is also in the fruit. The root is what's underground. The fruit. So root to fruit, eat all of that. That's the idea. And the root is for your base energies. The fruit is for your higher energies, and the things that you'll find just above the land are for your mid guard, from your belly button to your chin. Fruits are for up here. But this is not raw food. This is just eat what's fresh, local, and available. And then, yes, sauerkraut's great. Yogurt's great. Yogurt's one of the healthiest things on the planet. I'm going on a diet for probably, I'll be doing fruits, yogurt, kefir, and honey. That's going to be my diet. It's super healthy. This is the food of the gods. Literally is carob or cocoa. Carob tastes like chocolate, but it's a different pod. But you can use, I would say cocoa. I'd say chocolate, yogurt, or kefir, some sort of raw unpasteurized milk, and honey. Those three things this is what they would feed, like basically the children of gods, to turn them into superhuman immortals. And it's delicious too. Can't go wrong with chocolate. Who doesn't like chocolate milk? Watch all the movies they talk about milk in. There's always some interesting times people drink milk, and then sometimes they'll talk about chocolate milk. What did Will Smith say when he was in? Here's the clues in the movies. We talked at the beginning of this with decoding how to decode things. Will Smith, he was in what? Men in Black. And remember, right when he joins the thing, and then all of a sudden he has this thing happen, and he's like, it was in Men in Black 2, right? Right at the beginning of Men in Black 2, right? And he's like, comes in, he's like, you got any chocolate milk? He wanted chocolate milk. What is that about? I got clues everywhere. Watch the movies where people are trading places or getting younger. They're either pissing into something. There's a fountain, or they're pissing. Or pissing into a fountain. Trading places, getting younger. Always a fountain, always urine. Urine, chocolate milk, yogurt, kefir. What do you think? This is the foods of the gods. They're all death-free. Death-free foods. Honey. Why do you think something's a honeybee? You don't kill bees. There's plenty of nectar there. Food of the gods. I'm telling you that the food of the gods are. Because they're all death-free, and they're part of the force and energy of life. Urine, clean water, milk, or yogurt, kefir, these types of things. Yes? Is any of this making sense? Honey, chocolate. Chocolate becomes ambrosia. So, there you go. You have anemia. Okay, so then, well, that's a long one. That's a long talk, Gina. We'll get into that a little bit. Let's do that another time. Just you can just, you know what, all your shit problems. Tell me that, and I'll do a one-on-one with you if you want. We'll just do it another show, because I'm on a little path here. But I'll help you with that. The anemia is another thing it's dependent upon a few things. Everything is about assimilation, digestion, and assimilation. Yeah, Ben Wilson, there you go. After I've done major fasts, my need for salt, not my need, my desire for salt is next to none, because the addiction is gone. And my body's like, when I eat something, I'll eat something that I used to enjoy. I go to nice restaurants, everything is seasoned perfectly, and I'll go to nice restaurants and be like, damn, this shit is salty. Like, it's over salted. It's like, I'm like, it just doesn't taste good to me. It just tastes like trash. And the natives, I said, like, they didn't use salt for anything. They would use salt to cure things, to let it, but they'd always wash it off. When you salt cure meat, you're supposed to wash it off completely before you cook it. It has a purpose of as preservation. Salt should be used as a form of preservation and in magical arts. You use it, you cast a circle with salt. Something to, what won't enter that? Demonic spirits. You on your doorstep, put salt there. Demons can't walk in. Meaning little creatures and stuff, right? Look, go in your garden. If you got something, put a ring of salt around it. They'll go the other way. Salt is not. Salt is very good. Salt is a cube. It's connected to Saturn. Nothing wrong with it. You just not have to know where to put it. Melissa, the honeybee. Fortnite, you said you writing this all down? Don't worry, this will still be on here. You can jive back through this. Yeah, I mean, I know also about iron, but here Iron Man rusts, and we're talking about iron, turning iron into, well, it's upgrading systems. Iron rusts. It's not good to build with. It's too heavy. It's not really good for the next body. And if everything's in reverse and a doctor's telling you you're anemic and iron deficient, maybe you should replace something. Maybe it's not that you need iron, maybe you need something to replace that with. Yeah. But that's a long story. Yeah, no, I mean, I know what anemia is, and I get it. I know what iron is. It's just, I'm not really attempting to stay in the Iron Age and not going to rust like Iron Man and have rusted blood, because if you put iron oxidizes. So what does oxygen do? What does higher form means? Like to oxidate, it pulls things apart because it shouldn't be there. My body isn't built out of iron. Iron is of a lower quality. It's a lower value. How much is iron worth these days? What's worth more, iron, silver, or gold? Platinum? Iridium? There's reasons for this. You gotta up your meta. Up your metal. Oh, I'm saying something's wrong with it? No, milk is the most wonderful thing on the planet. Oh. There you go. Fountain means the source. It's funny. I never knew that until after my favorite movie is The Fountain. You ever seen the movie Fountain? Go watch it. Favorite movie ever. And it's a story where he just keeps coming back to life. It's really weird. Fun story. Great fucking movie. Yeah, don't use too much salt. Minimal amounts, and if you should be getting enough salt in your diet anyways. Because like no one, I wouldn't believe anyone here has the perfect diet. We all work with what we have. Sometimes we're hungry, and sometimes I want a cheeseburger. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna eat a motherfucking cheeseburger. That's what I'm gonna do. Most of the time, I don't desire it. Sometimes I do. You know what? I'll have some inorganic salts from that, and I'll feed some kind of quell some addiction or whatever. Maybe I got a little creature living in me. I must feed him. Feed me. Man, okay, I'll feed you. But if you want to get rid of all of your parasites and that, don't feed them. They'll leave. But then you wouldn't be feeding yourself. You'd be like, oh no. Are you not your demons? Are you not your parasites? You could poison them. You get rid of most of them. You probably overrun with them. Most people got too many. Just get the good ones. This is why there's good bacteria and bad bacteria. So some will help you and some will harm you. Fortnite. That's interesting. You replace salt with cayenne pepper on meat. I've never even considered it, but that seems like the cayenne too would be an interesting addition. I probably wouldn't use too hot of it, but it would probably break the like. So you put salt on something, which removes moisture, but it also it never even considered it. I will have to buy myself a piece of meat. I got to do a little shopping tomorrow, and I will order a piece of what should I get? Should I get a for any of you meat eaters? What's the best cut? Is it a T-bone? Leave the bone in or bone out? Or do you want the prime cut? You want the softest? Do you want the one you want something a little more fatty? Because I don't go by price. I just go by what's a really high quality piece. What's the cut? What do you get? I'll get a piece of meat. We'll eat. We'll dine. I'd rather sous vide it, but I do like a nice grill mark. I do like a little charred on the outside. I want my meat pink in the middle, almost blue, but you can't really. I don't have a cow that I'm gonna slaughter. I like cows. I don't slaughter cows. I'll pay someone to do it for me. If it's already dead, I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm just leave. Someone's gonna eat this. Might as well be me. Any specific brands? I don't know anything about that. Just get in order. Kefir is better than yogurt. That's what I've heard from people that I would say, okay, if he says it, I agree with what he says. And then I would do some. I haven't done any research on why kefir is better, but nonetheless, I mean, you want yogurt that has the most cultures in it. More cultures, better, because then it can start to digest more things in your system and remove things, and it's giving you a different type of energy. Just go with the flavor you like first. I would just get, if you like Greek yogurt, you want something sour, a little more sour. You want something has, depends on the brands have different strains of bacteria. And I mean, you should consider, like, obviously the source of the milk. Some of it's going to be milk of cows that are like, I mean, it's going to be different kind of milk. So, some Bulgarian, some butter's good too, by the way. Cultured butter, yogurt, kefir, chocolate, honey, and now and then fruits if I want. What you gonna do? Copper, there you go. Got a couple of these. If I go out in public, sometimes I rock this. Oh man, I had a dream about this last night. Wow. Okay, there it is. See? Hold on. Yeah, I was walking. That's funny. So there's this. I got this from this dude in New Orleans. That's a piece of copper right there. This is strong material right here. And I'd walk by him and I got another one to match this. That's what I did. So do you remember Wonder Woman? Telling you something here. This is. So you got in public. These do a couple things for you. I was gonna upgrade this. I got some chunky ass crystals, but copper. Put some crystal on here. I mean, this would just get me too dangerous for people. You can throw off some energy. But remember Wonder Woman? They telling you something, anyways, I don't know why I'm putting this on here right now. If you put copper and a magnet on there and a crystal, I wonder what would happen. It's funny, I got all these toys and shit around. I don't really use them too often. How do you upgrade your metals with different... Well, when I say metals, I'm talking about your mind, but they are related to the metals too. You're just changing frequencies. You can turn mercury into gold with enough voltage. Oddly enough, my sun and moon are both Mercury, a Gemini, so put enough voltage into it, turn into a piece of gold. Although Mercury is pretty awesome, doesn't poison you. They lied about that. Mercury's not poisonous. What's poisonous if you get an amalgam. So they take mercury, and it's sitting there as a liquid, and then they put something put other pieces of metal in it, and then it binds, and so you get a mercury filling. And they say, well, the mercury's poisoning you. No, it's the other metals in it. It's the heavy metals. Mercury is a soft metal, obviously. It's sitting there moving. It's the softest of metal. Why do you think Silver Surfer is? What do you think the Silver Surfer? Fluidity? What do you think your silver cord is to connect to your other body? Why do you think Mercury is an androgen? It's hermaphroditic. It's Hermes. Hermes comes from a hermaphrodite. It means a dual sun and a moon together. Masculine and feminine energies, electricity and magnetism. So it's not it's the heavy metals. What are soft or noble metals? Soft and noble metals? Gold. It's malleable. You can move it. Soft metal. It's certain. I don't know. I don't remember what the point of what something is soft and when there's a hardness level and a softness level of things. I believe that what is it? Just the major three. You've got the noble ones, get the noble metals, and you got the soft ones. Soft metals aren't hurting your system. You can process it. Why do you think people eat silver and gold? You know, yeah. People drink out of copper cups. Yeah. People eat food off of silver spoons, and they actually take drops because it's antibacterial, antifungal, blah blah blah. Gold. Ask some Indian people why they're putting gold. They eat gold. They put silver. They put gold shavings on their dessert, and they eat it. They don't turn into some monatomics. You could. They just eat gold. They shit in gold. I wonder what that's about. Put gold on their neck? What's happening there? There you go. Zigzag give you the anemia. Well, I mean, Alzheimer's and swelling of legs is not caused by too much water, Moffam. No. The swelling of his legs is caused by the inability to... there was no... He was probably not walking. He was probably not moving a lot. He probably had his clogged up blood vessels, stagnation everywhere. That's what causes that. Why would you get dementia or Alzheimer's? Because your brain isn't getting hydrated, meaning he got clogs up here and in his leg. So he needs to actually drink more water and stop eating all the garbage he's eating, and then get regular massages, move around, go outside, get sunlight. That's the way to fix both those things. But the doctor's like, no, take this, stop drinking water. Both of those, water was probably the only thing keeping him from developing dementia and keeping him even mobile to any degree. It's crystallized substances within the tubes of the veins or other parts of the body. It happens your body's a system of tubes everywhere you look. And if you clog them up, well, we're going to get pressure and stagnation. It's not easy to overcome your lower self. Yeah, Melissa, don't be hard on your lower self. You're not supposed to overcome it because you don't want to say, lower self, I hate you, I want to get rid of you. Don't do that. This is the only way you get around. You have to have an ego, you have to have your body, you have to have physicality, and you have to have a lower self. This is it right here. But your higher self, you can control the lower self body. What do you think professional athletes do? They're controlling the lower self body with a higher mental capacity. MK Ultra. Whether somebody else is doing it for them and a magician is using them as could be, but it could be actually that person with a higher frame of mind to overcome lower densities. They still use it. They don't disrespect and say, I have to overcome my lower self. So you vibrate higher, you do all this. It's all intertwined. And you go into different realms, but you leave this here. You say, don't worry, I'll come back. You go to other realms, and you just get into different densities of body that you have. Yeah, Yeah, you get foods from fresh foods. You get iron from fresh foods, but the iron that you would find in some cereal and grains, no, that's a different form. It's not the same thing. Yeah. Fortnite. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. It's for me it's just I like flavor, and I mean flavor and texture, it depends on the day. Sometimes I do like um Appetit. Le petit filet mignon. I seen somebody cook a filet mignon the other day, and they just ruined it. Like it was somebody that had a channel. They're like, "Here's a great way to cook a filet." I'm like, "You just had." It was a piece of meat too, easily a $40 piece of meat. So like at a restaurant, this is like $100 steak. Just ruined it. Did not know what they were doing at all. Anyways, I don't know. Sometimes I like something a little more with a bite to it. Sometimes I want it to be like butter. Sometimes I've eaten filet mignon with a spoon. I was at that restaurant, and then sometimes I want the prime rib, and then I'll go in there and I'll pull it apart with my hands. I've gone to like fancy restaurants and sat at the bar and ordered a plate of food, and they're like, "Are you gonna use your utensils?" It's like, nope. Okay. You're just embarrassing yourself, buddy. No, I'm not. Yeah, cultured butter, avocado oil. Fortnite. People tell me this a lot, man. I wish I could be a little more lucid sometimes. I've been sleeping well lately, but sometimes I'm in so many dreams that it'd be like, okay, what did you do the last 5 days? And if if I'm out in New Orleans and I'm like half drunk with people, and I interact, and I'm there with like 50 people, right? Like, okay, I meet these couple people here, these couple people, and I smash that together. I'm like, all right, I couldn't recall all that. It's like what a dream is, right? And I stay in this dream for so long. Now, if I were to get a dream, wake up, and then write it down, which I should do, I get it, but uh, you know, I'm sure I've met most of you, because I've met people on the Zoom chats that I do, and everyone always says the same thing. I feel like I already know you. Like everyone says, yeah, I'm sure I know everybody in here. And like, from where? From the dream realm, from another lifetime, da 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 da. It's always like that. It's very interesting. Underoos. Ziggy. That's funny. That is funny. That is what mission to take back. It's like Deltron when he goes, "Here, we're here to stop the war of the worlds." You know. Yes, I've been told I'm funny for many different reasons, but rah. Yeah, Hermes and Thoth. Yeah, your water is so important. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. Structure water. Yeah. Well, more than the structure of the water, because the water, once it hits your system, because you're doing a lot of the work as soon as something goes into your mouth, because your teeth are piezoelectric, and there's like think if you were really starving, and as soon as you were to bite, and somebody handed you an orange and a slice of orange, and you bite into it, as soon as you wouldn't even have to swallow it. So that's showing you that what I was talking about earlier. It doesn't have to go into your system. You don't have to digest it. You could be like, oh, or maybe fasted for like a week or something. You're like, damn, I'm tired. I need something. Somebody gives you an orange, electrical charge right there. Whoop! You wake up and you got energy. You could spit that right out. You don't even need the rest of it. You got energy back in your body. It's proof. Doesn't even have to go into your system to process it, go through. Your lower alchemy lab is doing something. It's turning into a different energy charge. You can store energy up in places, just like in store vitamin K and all of these storehouses of certain types of energy. Yep, your body's producing these things. There you go. You cook it like tuna. Yeah, yeah. I just want to sear on the outside, but it's hard to do with steaks. I don't eat steak too often. Like I did the vegetarian thing for a long time, but now I just eat what I want to, because I just realized I live in a meta realm. The mind is everything, and I'm not out here harming things. If I have to, I'm a vulture, or I'm a crow. I'm a blackbird. I eat dead bodies. I'm just cleaning up after people. I'm not gonna kill anything. If it was up to me and I had to, I mean, I could, but my life doesn't require that. I could eat a vegetarian diet. That's sometimes I enjoy a piece of red meat. Sometimes I enjoy chicken. Sometimes I enjoy tuna. But the point is, with the red meat, it's hard to get a piece that's fresh enough and good enough to allow for it to be cooked, not to 100 whatever internal temperature. It's hard to find that. It's got to be super fresh, because you don't want any of the bacteria and shit in there, because it's not going to taste good. It's going to be fucked up. Yeah, then the water will structure it. And yeah, your waters internally will be structured. Yeah, so that was I was getting at, is the structure of the water is more important, in the sense that it's not going to hold the structure too long. It doesn't hold it. It's not going to, like, you can't just structure it and then think it's going to be there tomorrow. It won't even be there in an hour. The structure is dissipating rapidly unless you continue to stir it, or put a magnet next to it. You can restructure it, but then you have to consume immediately. Just like anything, everything's in a state of, okay, not everything is, but most things are in a state of entropy. It's falling apart. It's in a form of disarray and going towards. But if you are as an alchemist, you're producing neg entropy. Entropic world is everything's going to shit. The sun's going to burn out and everything's. But if you're an alchemist, you go, no, we're going to turn that into neg entropy and organize things and put it in a better way. But when you do that, when you start to organize something, you need to consume it right away. When we're talking about water, food, cooking, you can't just, once you make some yogurt, it's beautiful, wonderful. If you leave it on the counter, after a while, those good bacteria, bad bacteria, all of a sudden it's green and purple and red and all this. You don't want that. Now you can smell it. It's terrible. You can't just leave food on the counter. It's just sitting there stagnant. Now, if you were to sit there with yogurt and just constantly stir it with a wooden spoon, would it ever go bad? Just a thought. Just a thought. You make some beers and you use wild fermentation processes. Yeah, there's lots of thoughts here. It's funny we got into this, and we were Tiaga mushroom. Interesting. It's funny we were talking about programming and certain energies and coding and things. Yeah, you're coding your body with the food you eat. You're coding the body with with the TV that you watch, the music you listen to. Now, on a higher level, I can eat whatever I want and turn it into anything I want. I can watch. There was a time that I was watching TV and it was forcing itself on me. There was a time I was eating food, it was forcing itself on me. Listening to music, it was forcing itself into me. Then I stopped watching TV. I was like, I can't watch TV. I stopped listening to music. Stopped eating food, literally. And I was like, okay, I can watch TV, but I'm going to observe it. I'm going to look at it. I'm not going to let it in. And I'm going to listen to music. I'm going to hear music. You listen to music, you don't hear Jimmy. You listen to Jimmy, you don't hear Jimmy. I'll give you 10 bonus points. You know that's movie that's from. You listen to Jimmy. You don't hear Jimmy. Right? And then food. So I'm able to look at this thing. I'm able to listen to this thing. I'm going to put this in my body and say, no, I'll take from it what I want. Dispose the rest of it. I could watch a movie that's garbage. I'm like, but I can see some things in there that are programming other people. And I can also see some really interesting things about some symbolism and stuff. I can listen to music and go, oh, I see the programming. I can listen to garbage music. I mean, I don't like to, but I could listen to this garbage music. Do you hear the program right there? Okay, watch what she's doing. She's saying this, and this is, okay, watch this rhyme scheme and listen to this over here. Look, watch what she just said. trying to code something. Good, bad, and different, I don't know. If you're not listening and paying attention, they're coding you for the superficial version of it. The superficial. It's called the exoteric. Superficial. Your feed for the sharks, your sheep for the slaughter, that kind of thing. But if you look at the same thing and you're like, oh, it's called the exoteric view. The inner sight, your third eye could see or hear. You have a third ear, a third eye, that next level. You can put anything in your body you want through these portals, through these, and these are the most difficult because that goes straight to your brain. You don't need to be smelling shit. They just smell good, you know. This thing is very sensitive. Like, you know, dogs, they have a big schnoz because they can smell shit, they can smell things, they can smell everything. They can smell your fucking fear, smell your fucking stank ass. You know, so these things we let in certain portals. Like, at least we have filters here. We have filters here, here, here. No filter here. So you gotta watch what you're smelling. That's the only dangerous one. Yeah, I mean, you can't. I don't hate it anymore. I've learned not to hate it. Hate is that's gonna tear me up. But I can watch shows and I can go, oh damn, there's everybody out here watching it. But if they're looking at it the right way, they might be informed of something. Not everybody is as evil as you think in Hollywood. There's a lot of people in Hollywood that are trying to inform people, but they've already took oaths and things to certain, you know, creeds and blah blah blah, and so their oath is like, you cannot tell people these things. You can code it, you can symbolize it, you can do this, but you cannot directly tell anyone. And so they tell you through analogy. You can tell them that, you say anything you want. See, I, on the other hand, have not taken any of these oaths because they would already literally cut my heart out and ate it and fed it to, you know, it just doesn't happen because I didn't take any of these oaths. I just figured it out on my own, and that's what they're doing. They're hoping that everyone starts to notice the codes so they can figure it out for themselves. Man, you know, God became man so man could become God. What's that code? Well, as soon as you figure it out, you'll know. But you can't tell anybody directly. You'll just figure it out for yourself. Well, I need just to tell allegory because no one's going to get it if I directly tell them. Like, do you not? I'll tell you in the Bible. It says right here, do you not know that you're gods too? It says it right there. Well, and it says gods. Gods. It's not. Men were not formed in the image of God. Men were formed in the image of gods. Multiple, because it was a group of mad scientists that you'd call alien. It might be alien to you. Just because somebody's not born where you are doesn't mean they're alien. Okay, so back to what we were saying. Yeah, don't be scared of TV, because that fear, that hate will eat away at you. Yeah, I mean, a lean literally means a lean. If you put something, you lean on something, you put a lean on a house. It's energy that's sitting on you. That's what it is. So alien, that just means it's from somewhere else. So people that are illegal aliens just means that's against corporate policy. That's what they're saying. So they've literally put a lien on the corporation. That's what they're saying. Why does anybody even use those words? Why do you call them the alien? So to you, in your mind, not yours, obviously, but most people say, look at these illegal aliens taking my jobs. I'm American. First of all, you ain't American. You definitely ain't American. The dumbest motherfuckers always claim to be American. No, you're not. You're a corporate chattel to an enterprise of the United States. Registered trademark, copyright claim, that's what you're part of. You're not American. Don't claim that. That's tribal knowledge. Not taking our jobs. We don't have jobs. We have work. Jobs is for something else. It's two words. It's a whole different thing. But that's the programming, though. It's an overlay. They could use the same words, similar words, but they mean something completely different. Yeah, alien technology. Yeah. You understand the same words can be used in multiple ways. And I don't mean, I just mean in what you'd say to somebody in a certain scope of, okay, on you could use 4 different computer systems. Same codes don't work. So you could use 4, you could say the same exact words. Why is it working one place and another? One is meaningless. One could have an overlay. One could have an overlap. Government was created. Yes, it's a secondary system. So in fact, it's even down farther than that. Government is, yes. In God they trust. There we go. So it just exactly. So I mean, are you man or are you God? So it's in an image of man. Okay. I mean, you can still work within it. So you're a man or you're a God, or are you some even subspecies? And they even have terms for these things. Look at the difference between denizen, citizen. What does it mean to be a, like? There's all of these different terms, and they apply in different realms. It's in the similar. If I were to take a keyboard, piano, and in one realm it's called an octave. I say the word, it goes chattel. That lower realm, it means actually there's the cattle right there in the field. Higher realm, cattle, it's okay. The higher realm is talking about humans as some sort of slave slave to a master system. Now, if I say cattle eyes or cattle's eyes, I say, oh, what are we talking now? Cattle? On another realm, it has another value because another octave up. It's in a different realm. It's a different octave. And that's how the whole system is. It's called why the system is redundant. So the system can never fail. Because if you make a system redundant, but the system's already perfected, all you do is you run up and down the system. You could be in the lower level, but if you already know the higher level octaves, then the lower levels you can walk around freely as anything. You're basically uber mensch. You're a super witch, Superman. Nothing can harm you. And you could, but these octaves, that's what you're playing with everything, everywhere. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Like it works with numbers, it works with color, or not numbers. It works with colors, it works with sounds, it works with smells, it works with. Look at a piano. How many keys are on it? 88. Here's how redundant the system is. 88, right? How many constellations are in the sky? 88. What do you think that this is playing the sounds of the, what are those for? Why are there 8 keys? It says an octave. Oct means 8, right? That's what makes it redundant. You see, infinity is the number 8 on its side. An 8 is a looping mechanism. The system is redundant. That's why if you get to 9 somehow, you complete the system. You've actually got yourself outside of the system. Interestingly enough, if you do my birthday and life path number, it's number 9. Everything about it says that. Birth chart says it. Mayan shit says it. All of it. All the same thing. So yours can be too. It just, how do I explain this? So these octaves, they're there to just show that the system is redundant. You can so you play within the system. You can step out of the system. It's like when you are in a dream. You could program things to happen in this reality here. In a dream realm, it's not really in a dream realm. You could be ahead of time programming your day. A lot of people say, hey, this is one day I want to have. And you could do it from here. Like, this is a day I want to meet this kind of person. And you do it to a certain extent. Yeah. It's a program. You're kind of, you're like, holy shit, am I really programming reality? Yeah. You get out of it and make bigger things happen. You get out of the realm for a second, take a nap. Like, all right, I'd like to program tomorrow. Okay, cool. What do you want to do? See, I have more fun doing shit on the fly. Just because if you became such a god, such a high priest Kraft, that you could program everything, that's all you'd be doing is programming things. There'd be no journey to be had. There'd be no like Hex, how to there'd be no like, oh, welcome, look at this beautiful surprise. I'm programming my system to only have beautiful surprises. You know, some people, I hate surprise parties. I like surprise parties because they're fun, because they're beautiful. You ever get surprises and you have like, you're growing up and you had fucking faggot ass uncles and people in your family that like surprise, and they pull your pants up and like, I got a wedgie, surprise, and they hit you in the face with something, surprise, and it's like, everything is fucking terrible, terrible surprise. Parents are like, hey, surprise, and they give you gifts that just fucking suck. You're like, I don't like surprises. Keep your fucking surprise away from me. Those are the people that want to dominate and own everything. I'm programming this whole fucking system. Yeah, I can understand why people would want to. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's the beneficiaries and the benefactors. You could be both. Orpheus. How do you attain higher and higher levels? Some people think you need to. I mean, think of a video game. Do you have to complete all the challenges to go to the next level? Some games you do. So some people live by that. Sometimes you don't have to complete all of them. You just have to. There's certain things you need. Certain things to get to the next level. Sorry, you can't pass this gate. So you do things. I mean, for me, I think the simplest thing that I know about is you correct body imbalances that therefore correct mental imbalances, and therefore you could do it from either what level. You could do it from a spiritual level, but most people aren't too spiritual, if you understand what I'm saying. They can't get out of body. They're not very there. But if they correct themselves physically, then it will adjust themselves mentally. But it works together. Most people aren't mentally strong enough to adjust anything physically, and they're not physically strong enough to, it's this weird conundrum, but you can just pick whatever you're good at. What are you good at? Are you good at talking? You good at doing push-ups? You good at doing, it can adjust either way. Do you dream? You can do it from there too. And you just kind of fill in the octaves. You fill in the key note things. Key notes. I screwed that one up. Oh, you didn't script the whole thing. You still got that one. Don't worry. You already passed that one. Go to the next one. Gene, I want to meet Egypt or Greece or Rome. Are you asking me a code about that? Or are you asking me, is there a path within each one of those? Yeah, I mean that's why you have organs. You're in an orchestra. Your body is playing tones, at least when they're clean. They are. Nothing happens to you if you don't dream. You don't need to Fortnite. Just mean look, you probably are dreaming. You're not consciously aware of it. Your brain isn't hydrated. You forgetful of your dreams. I forget my dreams. I don't remember them all. Sometimes I'm lucid. Sometimes I get out of body. Sometimes I'm on a spaceship. Sometimes I can go through the astral realm. Sometimes I just step out my body and be like, what up? What up? Another realm. Sometimes Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. You don't have to do it all the time. Sometimes you can take a nap. Sometimes you don't remember your dreams. You can do things to help you remember your dreams. There's all sorts of ways to do it. 2 hours and 30 minutes on here. I will offer this as I usually do. I would have done this earlier, but I'll do it now. If you guys want me to, I will fire up my computer. If anybody wants to make anything deeper about this, I need a certain number of people to say yes to this, because I'm not going to do it for a couple of people. For just a couple of people. I can open up my Zoom room, and that would give you a monitor and a baby monitor, Goo Gaga, and audio, and you can see me and you can see everybody else that you're talking to. It's like a classroom setting. And you guys can interact with me. So if any of these questions that I'm not really getting, you can kind of, instead of just going, key this shit in here. What is he? Why is he not understanding this? You can be like, Zen, what about this? And you can elaborate on your query. And yeah. And if I ever want to, I don't take a shit or something. I don't just like right now. If I say I gotta take a shit, what are you guys gonna do? And there, you guys can just talk to each other. And you can play music. You do all the cool shit. Share screens. Blah blah blah. And here, not really available. But I do want to cut this show soon anyways, because I think this has been such valuable information that when my shows get well over 3 hours, I don't think most people click on them because they're just like, whoa. And if they're shorter than half an hour, people don't watch. There's this weird thing about my shows that are somewhere between like 45 minutes and 2.5 hours that people kind of click on those. That's what it sounds of it. So, I would either, if you guys want, enough people in here say yes, I'll do it. If not, I'm gonna squash this, and I got a couple calls to make anyways. What's up, Lincoln? The sun is a gate, yeah. Oh, you saw the elephant? Let me get him out the way. Oh, there's the elephant. Yeah. I'm gonna pretty shortly. I have a couple new wall hangings, and I'm just considering if I'm gonna reorganize where my couch is and where my chair is, so then you'll have a different view. Because I mean, I like this because I got my TV there. I got the front door. I got like this is control of my room. If I put my purple chair over there, then I have my back to the door, and that's not a comfortable. But that's not a position of power. Then I would do more of these broadcasts from my couch, which would then be. You would see that if I do it from my couch, you would see here. You would see that wall hanging. But then I don't have I don't get a little bit of sunlight. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I just gotta check out if the sun's gonna bother my eyes or if it's gonna screw the lighting up during the daytime. We'll see. Anyways, I will say this. Okay, Melissa. Fortnite onward and upward. That's when you joined us. Yeah, Zigzag came through and crushed. The last couple I did, I was drunk as fuck. I was just wilding out on people. These things happen though. But no, most of them are awesome. And very soon the Zooms are going to turn into a classroom setting completely, kind of like this, where people wild out and talk to each other most of the time in these rooms. We're just getting to know each other, but it's just going to turn into a classroom setting. I'm going to do like a daily. Here's the discourse on numbers. Here's the planets. Here's tarot cards. Here's astrology. Blah blah blah. It'll basically be a rehashing of some old videos of mine condensed into how I know how to teach it. Yes. But I will say this. Here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do for everybody. It's 2:30 now. I need to make a phone call anyways. I want to clean up. I'm gonna take a shower. This is me rolling out of bed for 2.5 hours. I'm gonna take a shit shower and shave. Except I'm not gonna shave. And what I'll do is I'll come back on here, and I'll give you guys, if you want to, I'll give everybody a Zoom room, and I'll start it then. So it's like my time, noon o'clock on Sunday Central Standard Time. So whatever time it is for you, feel free. About half an hour, maybe a little longer. We'll see. Half an hour or so. I'll come back on here. I'll give you guys a Zoom number, and I'll do like a simulcast for a little bit with the Zoom in here, and then I'll shut this down again. But for now, I bid you adieu, a fine farewell. Act goofy, be weird, have a strange and wonderful day. Be delighted with whatever you have to offer yourself, which is the universe is you, expanded outwardly. You are the God. Don't let that go to your head though, because I'm God too. All right, I'm ass out of here. Hope everybody had a good time, and I will see y'all motherfuckers on the flip side. Bye, bitches. Yeah, hey Ziggy, I probably will dip on later too. So cheers, everybody.